You asked a great question about what to do with your toddler or 2-year-old once you've brought a new baby home. There's lots of concerns that parents have when they're having a new baby. First of all, you're concerned about the child that you already have feeling neglected or jealous, and those are emotions that are natural. They're going to be jealous and they'll probably act out because they don't know how else to get your attention, and negative attention is always better than no attention in a toddler's mind. And so that presents a challenge to parents because obviously your attention has been taken elsewhere with the new baby. Also, you mentioned you're concerned about your 2-year-old getting into your baby's things. And as long as the 2-year-old can't get hurt or actually damage the baby's things, it might be a good thing to introduce these objects and talk about when your 2-year-old used them when they were a baby. Also, I've heard some really good suggestions in the past before about there's lots of baby books that you can buy that talk about mommy being pregnant, shows them the belly, and they can relate because they see your belly. You can discuss the baby's name with them as you go through the book. If you give the baby a sense of identity, that a lot of times helps the baby connect when the baby comes outside of you and is brought home. They can connect with, oh, that was the baby mom's been talking about all this time. So reading those sorts of books that will give you an opportunity to discuss these things and what it's like to bring a baby home. Going over all of the baby's things with your child can help them prep for it and get excited for it and talk to them about what the items are for, and you can encourage them to help you. Obviously, a 2-year-old may not be much help, but it's worth its weight in gold to involve your 2-year-old in the different things you'll be doing with your baby because it will help them feel special and involved and feel like the big sibling who's helping mommy, and it will also eventually help them bond with the baby as well. So those are good things to do. You could also take your toddler to doctor's appointments with you and have the baby or have your toddler listen to the baby's heart rate. And that again helps them associate different things in reality with what may be happening in the future as you have a chance to talk to them about it. Once the special day gets closer or when you're getting farther along in your pregnancy, it's a good idea to talk to your toddler about what to expect on the day you deliver. It may come in the day, it may be at night, but I'm sure you've thought about making arrangements with friends or family for your toddler, and you can discuss what they can kind of expect, and it's important to keep as much of a routine as possible during those hectic times when you've had the baby. After you've brought your baby home, it can make a big difference if you spend one-on-one time with your toddler. So if you're able, have your husband or boyfriend take the toddler out for a special day with dad and make it fun and exciting, and then switch off. So maybe your husband or boyfriend can watch the baby while you get to spend time with your toddler as well. And this is really important and helps remind them that they're still important to you and that you still love them. Also, something else that I found helpful when I brought our baby home, our second child, was having special one-on-one time with your toddler. It really helps remind them that they're still special and important to you. So if you're able, have someone else take your toddler out and have a good time with them while you're home with the baby, and then when you're able, have someone watch your baby for an hour or two while you go spend some one-on-one time with your toddler. And this can make a big difference for them. Also, it doesn't have to be just huge outings. We had what we called mommy time, and it may sound kind of silly, but I felt like all I had in those first few weeks when you have a demanding newborn is 15 minutes. So we just set the timer for 15 minutes, and no matter what else was going on, obviously I tried to do it when the baby was napping, but I would just devote my time to my toddler. And that made a big difference to her, and she really looked forward to that time. Also try to do activities such as potty training or switching your toddler from a crib to a bed, either way before your baby's born or way after, because a lot of times if it's done around the birth of the baby, they have a harder time transitioning and they may actually start to go in the wrong direction. So if you made progress with potty training once you've had the baby, if you're right in the middle of it, they may start to wet their pants and have issues again, just because, again, it's an adjustment to them too, and it kind of rocks their world. But none of these things are a bad thing. It's just an adjustment phase for both you and your toddler, and your family will blend well, and it's really fun. I can speak from personal experience. I have a 4.5-year-old and a 9-month-old, and it was one of the best days ever when I was cooking dinner and all of a sudden heard my baby laughing, and it was because my toddler was entertaining the baby and they were bonding, and it was one of the sweetest, happiest moments, and it's only gotten better from then. So there are some difficult times about bringing a new baby home and adjusting with the family, but definitely more joys than difficulties. Congratulations ahead of time with your baby, and if you have any other questions for me, feel free to ask them on our Facebook page and recommend us to your friends and family too.